This is an urgent video that I wanted to make today. I'm going to just give you high-level information about a project called Xen Finance. Now, I'm not sponsored. In fact, nobody is. And the reason I want to bring this to you as soon as possible, before I know all the information, is because it has very little, in fact, almost zero risk, and potential huge, massive upside if this thing takes off. Guys, if you're excited to learn about this project, like this video, because I'm sharing some alpha with you right now that I think is huge, or at least huge potential. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because I bring alpha to you like this all the time. And if you click the bell notification, you'll make sure that you don't miss these time-sensitive videos, because a video like this could be the difference between living the life that you dream of, financial freedom, versus flipping McDonald's hamburgers for the rest of your life, living in a trailer with your mom. So what is this Xen Finance? I really only learned about it yesterday, so I don't have a ton of information other than it's created by a guy named Jack. And Jack was an ex-Google employee from 1999 to 2005. He's very smart, and he's looking at kind of the problems that Bitcoin have with kind of the monetary policy, how it's its own protocol, all the kind of things that have happened, the drama along the way. And he said, what if there was a more simple way, a more decentralized way, with a fixed monetary policy, meaning that things can't be changed, the rules, that would give everybody an opportunity, kind of like Bitcoin was all over again, where you could just mine Bitcoin on your computer. Well, that is here today, and I felt it was important to bring it to you because it has nearly zero risk. The only risk that you're suffering here is the cost of gas to interact with a smart contract. So essentially, proof of work requires a lot of upfront cost to buy miners and a lot of electricity costs to run them. And you have to have a lot of capital up front to do this. So it has a big barrier to entry today. Not like mining Bitcoin on your computer back when it first got started. So Jack created this thing, and I will leave some links in the description below so you can go learn more about it. But essentially what you can do is you can go to the website, connect your wallet, and it costs you nothing other than gas. But what you do is you have to commit to a time period in which you can go back and claim the tokens. So I think at the time of recording, you can do anywhere from 1 day to, I think, 388 days. And that means that how many of your days you select, you need to go back to the dashboard, the interface, and you need to claim those tokens. And if you don't do it on that day, there's a penalty that increases pretty dramatically every following day. And if you're doing it 7 days or more, you lose 99% of that stake. So it's a very interesting model. It's very experimental. And right now, people are taking advantage of it, and they're literally just minting 1 day, claiming and selling. And this is actually kind of crashing the price. But eventually, these kind of short-sighted people are going to stop, and people are going to say, well, this actually makes quite a bit of sense. And I'll get into it on another video about kind of the mathematics behind it, the game theory, the kind of the multipliers, the APY, the staking options, things like that, that will give you more in depth why I think this has potential to become something like another peer-to-peer currency. Jack did mention this is planning to be multi-chain, so on any EVM. That's nice to hear, meaning that, you know, if this does become a peer-to-peer currency, it can go on something like Polygon or BNB or whatever, and that would significantly reduce the cost of gas, so we can pay for a cup of coffee or something like that using this currency. Basically, what it comes down to is the longer that you're willing to delay the gratification of getting your tokens, the higher you're rewarded. And this thing has taken off like crazy. Yesterday was the second day of the token launch, and there was over $65 million in trading volume. And the thing had no VCs, no pre-mine. The founders kept no tokens. It was a completely fair launch, and it's already listed on a bunch of different exchanges, including like Huobi and MEXC and Gates and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure this thing will get listed all over the place. It's an interesting experiment, and it costs you nothing. You can go with how many ever wallets you want, and you can go mint. Now, it's important that you make sure that you keep track of these. What I've done is I looked at the wallet, I write down the wallet that I use to mint, how many days I committed to, and then I go to my calendar and I add how many days it is, and I remind myself on the calendar to go claim my token. With all this being said, there's a lot more for me to learn, but I figured I would make this video in a sense of emergency because it's really nothing you can risk. And so you can go buy these tokens on the open market. However, because I don't know enough about this yet, I don't know what the inflation rate looks like, I haven't studied enough, we haven't seen what happens, we haven't seen the gamification, we haven't seen the mentality, what happens. I'm not here telling you today definitely to go buy these tokens on the open market because there's risk. I personally did buy a little bit just because I want to see what happens, but it's definitely something that I'm willing to lose. but you can go mint and it costs you nothing but gas. So we're talking about anywhere between like a $3 to a $5 transaction fee. This is what you've got to risk. With that being said, guys, let me know if this is interesting to you. I do think this is another peer-to-peer currency primitive, which is incredibly exciting. I wasn't sure if we were ever going to see something like this ever again, but yet here it is. It's very intelligent, it's very smart, and it is an experiment, and you've got nothing to lose. So I will put the links in the description below. Let me know if you appreciate this content with a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.